Greetings, YouTube train people. I've got another decoder install here for you. This one is a Stewart drive with a decoder. I've also got a rotary beacon, and this time, instead of using the light bulbs incandescents, I have these tiny SMDs I got on eBay straight from China. These are warm white, and these other ones here are bicolor. And this is the model. I've had this shell for quite some time. I bought it as a lot, and it was an unpowered unit. I didn't even know they made those, but that's how it was when I got it. I have since removed and added detailing all around, as well as painted it silver. It used to be blue. As the Stewart style drive unit. As much as I do appreciate the old blue box drives, this thing is superior in every way. The motor, flywheel, universals, and the worm gear and all this stuff is basically exactly the same as the old blue box unit. The difference is in the electrical pickups. Each truck has the bearings. I think you can just see the bearings right here. Here are connected to this wire on either side. Each truck has two wires, one for each rail. And then that powers across here, lights the light bulb. These are the wires that go to the light bulb. And then these straps, whatever you spring things, go down to each side of the motor. So that's how current flows up through the rail, through the motor, and back through that way. Here's a better view of the mechanism. Motor, flywheel, universal, worm gear, same on both sides. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is disconnect, pull these wires off. That one was way too easy, this one's hard. Oh, well, these on this one were super easy. These two are super hard. Okay, so get that out of the way. I'm gonna take the light out of here as well. That can probably stay. Now I'm gonna go for the two. Sorry if my hand completely blocked doing that. Screws out. Now, let's see. I think you can kind of like flip that around. And then push those back. That. And out. Side. Now, the trickiest thing on the decoder is getting these loop things around the straps for the motor. Does this even go through? Okay. Now the one thing you want to make sure is it doesn't touch anything. I guess I'm going to bend that up a little bit too. Really make sure it makes good. Oops. Okay, now back with the screws again. Back the camera off this time. Okay, that doesn't need to be on there. Well, that's a little tight. Okay, so that doesn't need to be on there super hard. Just okay, now these clips go in here. Those are way too loose. I'm gonna solder these on. If I ever want to take it apart, it's not that hard to just unsolder that and pull it off. Yeah, that was just, yeah, yeah, okay. I might even, nah, I'm not going to solder those. Okay, so I've got it setting on my programming track, and I'm going to go in. I'm going to go in and hit identify on Decoder Pro, and that should result in clicking sounds coming from the motor. It moves slightly too. Yep, okay, so seems to work. Next is to try it on the test track. Now that it works, we can get on to adding headlights, the fun part. So, as per the directions, this decoder includes a resistor or circuitry, so you don't have to have a resistor. It's series with the forward and reverse headlights. This is function 0 forward, and this is function 0 reverse. But you do have to get the polarity correct. You'll see, please zoom in, really zoom in here. All right, there's a K right here. This is the function, and this is like the blue wire. So on every decoder I've ever done, the blue wire is positive, and the switched side, the blue wire, the common, is positive, and the switched side is negative. So on an LED, You've got on an LED, you have the anode and the cathode. The anode is plus, the cathode is minus. So you'd want it to go like that. And then you could just solder that in and put some heat shrink. Use this thing. I've got an example here. Solder an LED into here, put some heat shrink over this, and that's just a real basic light. I'm going to go a little bit above and beyond that with these surface mounts here, and I'll show you that next. Okay, so what I tried here is I've got 2 of these surface mount LEDs glued to a 3D printed bracket I made. You don't need this bracket. You could just use a piece of plastic this size. Get them powered up off a battery here. And I just need to get that lined up here in the shell behind the back there. I might not be able to get that on camera. Here's what the top looks like. It's hard to show on the camera. Yeah, you can't really see what it really looks like. Shoot. It just doesn't show on the camera. So here it is at night. It's still too bright. That is with a 1K ohm resistor. The camera actually, the camera just can't pick it up. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with the way the lights turned out. I could not show it. I couldn't get it to show up on video. But it does, you can really see it does really look like 2 separate light bulbs. And other than being way too bright, I think it's gonna work. So I'm gonna resistor it down to maybe 2K resistors. There are 1K on there now. Next, I'm gonna mount up these red-green LEDs in here behind the whatever these are called, classification lights, marker lights, corner lights. All right, so I'm back on the test track here, and I've got my red-green LEDs temporarily hooked up to pads. Well, they're permanently hooked up, they're just not mounted in the shell yet. So I've got them hooked up to pad 1 for the red and 2 for the green. Now these pads here do not have resistors built in, so that's straight. I think I got 11.5 volts across from here to here. So you need a resistor. On experimenting around, I used a 10K resistor for the red and a 20K resistor for the green. I'll show you how bright that makes it here. Okay, there's the red. It's kind of hard to show on the camera, but that's actually maybe a little bit dimmer than they could be. And there's the green. Okay, so now the next part, which is difficult, I need to get these mounted up in the shell. So what I have done here is I'm using this foam tape to hold them on, and I was having difficulty before because it wouldn't stay. The LED was coming undone from this foam tape, so I super glued the LED to the foam tape. Now I'm going to use the foam tape to stick that, mount the LEDs right behind that marker light. I'm not going to be able to show this on camera, so I'll just do it before and after. So I was able to get the classification lights mounted up in the shell using the foam tape and some black putty. I don't have any advice for you if you're going to try this except for patience. You just got to take it slow, be patient, and eventually it will happen. And here, okay, I've got the beacon assembled here with one of the surface mount LEDs in it. I had to, paint the back part of it black with just to keep light from leaking out the bottom. And now I basically just need to drill a hole in the top of here and get it mounted up. Okay, there it's all pretty much finished up.